there that you feel like you've heard some people doing, whatever he's been doing in his personal life, you feel like he's not focused on training and that kind of thing? What did you mean by what you said?
Exactly what I meant. Better be on his A game on the bus his ass.
Tank Davis is set to defend his lightweight belt against Lamont Roach in January at the Toyota Center in Houston, originally scheduled for December 14th. The fight's postponement to January came with no clear explanation, leaving fans curious about what lies ahead.
Can we expect this fight with Tank, G?
The end of January, hopefully. That's what I've been hearing. You know, I'm not with the promotional company, so I'm the last one to know when it comes to the business, you know what I'm saying? So.
While the delay may have caused a hiccup in anticipation, Lamont has expressed his clear confidence that he's going to knock out Tank in no more than 6 rounds. While many fans see that as a bit of a stretch, the best reaction, telling Roach to stop dreaming, comes from the pros.
But everybody be talking shit to Gervonta, it don't be coming out good for them, my nigga. I'm just keeping it.
Lamont Roach recently told TMZ Sports that he's entering this fight with a mission to shock the world. Confident and determined, Roach predicted the matchup would be remembered as the fight of the year. Even more boldly, he declared that he'll be the one to hand Davis his first career loss. "Honestly, I hope it's the fight of the year," Roach said. "For those who don't know, I can dance. I'm there. I'm in my zone." With his sights set on making history, Roach is ready to prove his skills and deliver a performance that fans won't forget.
So get ready for 2 fights. But yes, and after I beat him the second time, I probably would ask the WBA to let me go up to 140 and
leave them in shock. When I win such confidence may seem out of place to some given the perceived disparity between the two fighters. However, Roach's enthusiasm and belief in himself add an extra layer of intrigue to this fight. "No matter how it goes, I'm going to train to make sure I can knock him out in any round," he added. Despite his determination, many fans and analysts
You think that the boxing fans is kind of hypocritical when they beg for fighters to dare to be great, but if they see it from your point of view, instead of Gervonta being frustrated with Gervonta Tank Davis, you stepping up, you daring to be great, and they won't be frustrated if they look at it from your point of view. Yeah, I mean, but again, they pick and choose, so it is what it is. And again, the media like to hate him too. So.
Timothy Bradley has expressed doubts about the competitiveness of this fight, questioning its impact on Tank's career or legacy. He criticized the decision to make it a pay-per-view event, arguing that Lamont Roach lacks the name recognition and skill to justify the premium cost. Roach isn't well known, can't punch, and barely beat Hector Garcia, a former Tank knockout victim last year, Bradley remarked. He believes Roach was carefully chosen to make Tank look impressive rather than face a truly challenging opponent. Bradley's skepticism casts a shadow on the fight's potential to live up to its billing.
I lost both times. The first one was a little. No, both of they on YouTube. You can go watch them.
Yeah, I got you. So, first one's a little fishy.
The first one I fought him in Baltimore. The first one was in the national. I mean, it was in the regional junior Olympics. And my dad sent the tape to USA Boxing, and they was like, "Well, we're gonna give you a grant to go to the nationals." We both in the nationals. We made it to the championship. We fought in the championship.
Oh man, yeah. That's dope.
Yeah. And he beat me in the championship, so he want to go.
While Gervonta Tank Davis has captivated fans with his spectacular knockouts, critics continue to question whether he has faced an elite-level opponent capable of truly testing his limits. Timothy Bradley has been especially vocal about this, calling for Davis to face top-tier competition. "Put this dude in with a lion, that's just me," Bradley exclaimed, emphasizing his desire to see Davis challenged by the best in the lightweight division. Bradley's comments echo the growing sentiment among boxing fans who feel that Tank's career has been carefully managed to preserve his undefeated record, rather than push him toward meaningful challenges. Bradley took issue with the decision to make the upcoming fight with Lamont Roach a pay-per-view event, arguing that Roach lacks the name recognition or skill to justify the premium price tag. Roach isn't well known, can't punch, and barely beat Hector, who Tank knocked out with ease, Bradley said. He questioned Roach's ability to handle the relentless pressure that Davis brings, pointing out that Tank has never been knocked down and has an almost predatory instinct in the ring. How are you going to stop Tank, someone who can take a punch and never touches the canvas? Tank smells you. He has that sixth sense, Bradley stated. Despite Bradley's critique, Davis' star power remains undeniable. His explosive style and charisma have earned him a loyal following, and his fights often transcend the boxing world, becoming major events. However, Bradley and others argue that consistently matching Tank against less formidable opponents risks damaging his long-term reputation. Selling such fights on pay-per-view, Bradley suggested, could ultimately hurt Davis' brand, especially if fans begin to feel the matchups lack genuine intrigue. Eddie Hearn weighed in on the controversy, defending Tank's choice of Lamont Roach as an opponent, albeit with some reservations. According to Hearn, the absence of major names in the lightweight division left Davis with few viable options for a December fight. Ryan Garcia is currently suspended, Shakur Stevenson is injured, Isaac Pitbull Cruz recently suffered a loss, and Devin Haney, fresh off his victory over Vasily Lomachenko, has opted to take the rest of 2024 off. While there were other potential opponents, such as Edwin de los Santos, Andy Cruz, Keyshawn Davis, or Raymond Muratalla, Hearn believes none of these fighters would have generated more excitement than Roach. I think the online reaction is a little unfair. Everybody hates the fight, but Lamont Roach is a good fighter, Hearn said. The problem is no one knows who he is, and with Tank's position in the sport, people want him in big fights. This isn't a big fight, but it's not a terrible one either. Hearn acknowledged the backlash from fans, particularly hardcore boxing enthusiasts who are familiar with Roach's background and view him as an underwhelming choice for a Tank Davis opponent. Casual fans, on the other hand, may feel less disappointed simply because they are unfamiliar with Davis' past opponents aside from big names like Ryan Garcia. However, the frustration surrounding Davis matchmaking is not new. Throughout his career, Tank's promoters have treated him as a valuable asset, carefully shielding him from overly risky matchups to protect his record and momentum. While this strategy has kept Davis undefeated, it has arguably limited his earning potential and public perception. Hearn suggested that Tank's career could have been even more lucrative had he taken on higher-profile opponents earlier. Fans have long desired to see Davis in fights against top-tier competitors that would cement his legacy and elevate his standing among the sport's elite. Still, Davis' ability to draw crowds and sell pay-per-views demonstrates his enduring appeal, even as critics argue for more challenging matchups. Lamont Roach, for his part, remains undeterred by the criticism. He insists he's ready for the challenge, despite skepticism about his ability to compete at the highest level. While Roach has faced solid opponents like Jamel Herring and Hector Garcia, he has yet to dominate elite competition. Bradley dismissed the idea that Roach has reinvented himself, pointing to his narrow win over Garcia, a fighter Davis dispatched with ease, as evidence of his limitations. Roach's lack of marquee wins, combined with his relative anonymity, has left fans questioning whether he can provide a legitimate challenge to Davis. The fight has sparked a broader conversation about Tank's career trajectory and the challenges of balancing financial success with legacy building. For now, Davis continues to draw massive attention with his performances, but the pressure to take on tougher opponents grows with each carefully selected fight. As the lightweight division regains its top contenders in 2025, fans and critics alike will be watching to see if Tank finally steps into the ring with the division's lions, or if the questions about his legacy persist.